Loved it.
5150, baby.
Yeah, that's right. And it's a feel-good day. So a little Van Halen and some great people on the phone with us so far. Joining us on the line, Rich Ruelas. Rich is a football coach out at Paradise Honors High School. He's got an interesting story, interesting journey. Coach Ruelas, are you there?
Yes, sir. How are you, gentlemen?
Good. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Feeling well for this Easter weekend.
Awesome. So, Coach Ruelas, the theme of this week, as we said, it's Feel Good Saturday, Feel Good Day here on the JV Sports Show. And a while back, I put a kind of an alert out and said, "Hey, give us a call, send us an email with any feel good stories that you have." And you reached out to us, and this is definitely a feel good day. Tell us a little bit about your story and going back a few years, a little bit of your history and what happened.
Well, back in September of 2018, I was coaching football at Tolleson High School, the JV football team, and we're out, doing our summer workouts and such, and felt some bump on the side of my neck, and didn't think anything of it. A few days later, it started to grow, and I had my wife, talk to my doctor, and went to see a few doctors, and turned out that I developed squamous cell carcinoma, which is a skin cancer. The unfortunate part was that it was pretty deep, and it actually attached to my lymph nodes. So it was a big concern with my doctors because of where it was. It was kind of sitting on my jugular vein, and they wanted to start radiation and chemotherapy right away because at that time it was already in stage 4. So we started treatments right away, and the funny part about it was, the day before I started the chemo and radiation, my wife and I asked her, you usually go to church on Sundays. And I said, let's go to church. I want to ask God for some strength, as I endure this journey. And we went to church, and we're sitting there, and I asked God. I said, hey, I'm curious, why did you give me this? Just ask me because, I'm a pretty decent guy. I do a lot for the community and been coaching football for 27 years. And, just kind of curious. And the iconic thing is as I was about halfway through the service, I kind of got this warm feeling throughout my body, something that just kind of made me feel a little bit better than what I was feeling at the time. And it felt like, God was reached out to me and basically said, Rich, someone was going to get this. And I knew you're one of my strongest warriors, so I gave it to you to battle. And I felt really good at that time. And I said, I sat back in my pew, and my wife asked me, and she goes, what are you smiling about? I said, because I got my answer. And I am going to win this. I'm going to battle this cancer, and I'm going to beat it. I says, I don't want nobody I know to have to go through this, and never look back. Everything was forward, positive attitude. Even my players, coaches at Tolleson at the time, really supported me. It was a good thing. My wife, my children, my family, my mom, my sisters, friends. It was just a collective prayer that got me through everything, and it was a real good deal.
Stage 4 cancer.
I'm sorry?
You beat stage 4 cancer.
Yes, sir, I did. Yes,
Amazing.
And you basically had, Coach, you had the Holy Spirit affirming to you that, hey, you got this.
Yeah, exactly. And it's you have to really go through it to understand it. Because in December of 2018 as well, I developed a pulmonary embolism, which basically killed me. I it was because of the radiation and the chemo. I was taking a walk outside my house with my wife, and my wife was a blessing to me. She basically quit her job to take care of me, and every day, she'd take me out to the front yard and just kind of walk, get some exercise as best I can. And I had literally passed out on the sidewalk in front of my house because I developed blood clots, and it shot to my lungs and then into one of my arteries. And I was in ICU for 4 days, basically unconscious. Didn't know what was going on. I woke up, and my wife was talking to my doctor, and literally at that time I woke up, I kind of was like, "What's going on?" And I could hear the doctor tell my wife, "You might want to call family because it doesn't look like he'll be, he'll last another day." So that was kind of shocking, considering, wow, I have cancer now. I got an embolism. What's going on? And at that time, again, I just asked God, why this? And he said, same thing. You're my warrior. You're my strongest warrior. You're going to beat this. And here I am today.
So from that experience, you got a whole new outlook on life, and you decided to start a business, H&W. And what is it that you're doing? It sounds like James. It sounds like we got a new sponsor here coming soon.
H&W.
Yeah.
It sounds like a hardware store or something like that, man.
No, even better.
Even better. So one of my days that I was staying in the hospital, it was about 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep because of all the treatments. My wife literally slept on the bed next to me in the hospital. And about 3 a.m, I got my pillow and I threw it at her and I told her to wake up. And she gets up and she's, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I says, "I'm going to retire from coaching football." And she said, "Yeah, I've been hearing that for the last 5 years." I said, "I'm going to retire." I said, "I want to start doing new things with you. I'm 48 years old. I'm still young. There's so much out there. But I want to start doing things more with you because for 27 years she's allowed me to coach football, not complained once, never had any thing about it. And I says, it's time for me to put you first." And she says, "Well, what do you want to do?" I says, "Well, I want to become a pit master, barbecue pit master." And I said, "I want to start a business called H&W."
Oh, I like where this is going.
And she says, "Well, what's H&W barbecue?" I says, "Well, H&W, husband and wife, you and me." And it took off from there. And she thought, okay, it's a nice idea. But then I had shirts made, some hats made, and she's like, "You're really serious?" I said, "Babe, we're doing this." And we have done some barbecue competitions. We have done some catering jobs. We have done some local city events. And it's just been a phenomenal ride, And I think I actually take, cooking barbecue, literally cooking barbecue. The passion I have for that is the same passion I have for coaching football.
Amazing.
Well, I got to tell you, it truly is, Vince, a feel-good Saturday now, hearing this story. And now tell us where we can get some of this barbecue. That's my first question, Coach.
Well, I mean, you can.
I'm talking about in the next couple of hours here, honestly.
In the next couple of hours. Well, let's put it this way, gentlemen. Good barbecue takes hours to make. It's called slow and low. I will definitely keep you in mind. I got some good things coming up, and I will definitely send some food your way.
Oh, Coach, we're going to be linked at the hip now going forward. So especially with
no need to send, Coach. We'll pick up.
Yeah,
it's no problem.
Yeah, we will come to you. So, Coach, thank you so much for sharing your story. Congratulations, Rich Ruelas. And now you're back coaching too, right?
Yeah. The funny part is, gentlemen I've coached with actually started my high school career at Millennium High School. We were youth football coaches forever, and met some good coaches at Tolleson. Well, Josh Goodlow, who's the head coach over at Paradise Honors, he had reached out to me as he was awarded the head coaching job there, and he says, "I want to get our old coaches back together, and I was wondering if you're interested." And I said, I'll talk to my wife about it, because I wanted to put football on the backside. But my wife saw it on my face where, it was a struggle because I still have the passion to coach football. And I don't think that'll ever change. And she said, basically, it's a simple thing. Football is healing for you. And if it helps you heal even more, then finish off your year, because football was taken away from me when I had cancer. I didn't get to end on my terms. So this was an opportunity for me to finish football on my terms, to retire on how I want to retire. So she says, let's go with it. So I reached out to Josh and Coach Goodlow. He said, hey, I'm glad to have you aboard, and it's good to have the old coaches I used to coach with, and it's been a blessing. I'll tell you. I mean, both those guys too. It's just it makes everything a lot easier now.
Coach Goodlow is putting the band back together over there at Paradise Honors. Coach Ruelas, thank you so much for joining us this morning on the JV Sports Show. We really appreciate it. We're looking forward to following you guys. Again, Coach Goodlow in his first season coming up here with the Paradise Honors Panthers. And good luck this season, Coach. And congratulations again on all you've been through. And happy Easter to you and your family.
And to you as well, gentlemen. God bless you all.
Thank you, Coach Ruelas, Rich Ruelas. And James, we're 3/4 of the way through what's been a great morning, a feel-good day here on the JV Sports Show.
This show is flying by, Vince. We got one more segment to go coming up for you. We're going to be joined by Mr. Isaiah Houston, former Arizona Christian University Firestorm football player, among other endeavors. We'll talk with him when we come back here on the JV Sports Show. Stay tuned. We're so glad you joined us. Make sure you spread the word. We're still here, everybody, every Saturday morning, 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific, and that's noon to 1 Eastern time. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here on the JV Sports Show. Don't go anywhere.
Go JV.
HD Radio.